Alright, so this is CryptoKingJAY back with another video. Let's start this off right. I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving anyone financial advice. I do personally invest in Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies. Everything you hear on this channel is for entertainment purposes only. And I just want you to know that when you invest, you have the potential to lose everything. So with that in mind, let's get into the news. Ethereum Classic, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Nasdaq, and my favorite people to talk about is the big money, the institutional money. Let's see what they're doing. So let's start off with some Ethereum Classic news. So unfortunately, Ethereum Classic, one of their leading development teams shut down operations due to a lack of funding. So let's get into this article a little bit. Sorry, I don't know why this is a little bit. In a tweet only hours old, one of the leading teams furthering the development of Ethereum Classic threw in the towel, citing funding difficulties that made it hard for them to continue operations. The tweet included a screenshot of the announcement from ETC Dev's founder and CTO, Igor, that stated the following. Let me actually just go to the tweet. I have it pulled up. So unfortunately, ETC Dev cannot continue to work in the current situation and has to announce shutdown of our current activities. So the ETC Dev announcement to the Ethereum Classic community. It is with great regret that I communicate the shutdown of ETC Dev current activities related to Ethereum Classic, effective immediately. As is publicly known, we have struggled with funding our operations in the last few weeks. This was partially due to the market crash combined with a cash crunch in the company. We appealed to investors in the ecosystem as well as external to it. We also did the community fund, but in none of those cases were we successful in securing short-term financing. Thanks to our developers and other people who have helped me and ETC Dev build our great products and vision in the last 2.5 years. So that's from Igor, the founder and CTO. So one thing that a lot of people aren't understanding is that, this is not the only development team of Ethereum Classic. This is, one of the leading, this is like the poster boy, development team, but they're not the only development team that Ethereum Classic has. But, of course, Ethereum Classic has seen a huge tumble in the last 24 hours, it's only down like 2.19%. But over the last about, I'd say 48 to 72 hours at least, I think it's down about, 7 to 10%. Right now, it's at $4.25. The lowest it's been was about $4.50. I was at 6 a.m. I already know. Yeah, 6 a.m. So, Ethereum Classic. And another thing to note is that the price is really, they're very varied on a lot of the different exchanges right now. So, I mean, this is actually some good arbitrage opportunities. But yeah, I mean, as we've seen, with Steemit, they've had to cut. Actually, there was I did a video on it a couple. Well, actually, they're talking about it right here, too. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff, just going on right now. I mean, a lot of people are kind of hurting from the market crash. I mean, a lot of these companies, they were valued at, probably 2 to 3 times what their coin is valued at now, and of course that's going to hurt them. So yeah, Steemit, that's another company. I mean, they reduced their employees by 70%. And I want to read this. So Spankcoin, an adult entertainment platform centered around blockchain, recently saw its CEO take to Reddit to announce that, as well as Steemit, had downsized drastically. The project head noted that the Spank Chain project hired 8 individuals and has reduced its burn rate from 200,000 to 80,000 a month. So, the market, the crash, at least the crash has hurt a lot of different coins. I mean, it's hurt every coin, really. But, now we're seeing the real world effects of that, of people actually losing their job, companies having to reduce their marketing, etc. So this is what happens, guys. This is a market, this is real life. So the other news that I wanted to get into was exciting. It's the big money making their play. So crypto exchange ErisX raises $27.5 million from Fidelity, Nasdaq Ventures, and others. So as we've been talking about, the big money is getting in. The institutional money is starting to make their play. And once they get into the market, the only thing that's going to happen is that they're going to pump trillions in. Let's say millions to start, a couple hundred million to start. And as it goes along, it's going to end up in the trillions of dollars. So us hodlers, us guys holding on for dear life, we are gonna be in a good position. So let me just read this. Crypto exchange ErisX has raised $27.5 million from Fidelity Investments and Nasdaq Ventures, among other investors. Nasdaq is the world's second largest stock exchange, while United States investment firm Fidelity administers over $7.2 trillion in client assets. Let's see, we'll offer both. Yeah, so they're going to offer both spot trading in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, as well as futures markets in the following year, pending regulatory approval. And this is exactly why the SEC is stepping in, because the big money wants to get in, and the SEC knows that, they're not going to go around the rules, but they know that if they don't hurry up and make the rules, that there's going to be a problem on their hands. So all of this is aligning perfectly, guys. It's just aligning perfectly. So according to Tim Chippas, ErisX CEO, the investment's purpose is to hire staff and build out our infrastructure and secure the appropriate steps are taken to develop a regulated market for digital assets. In October of this year, retail brokerage firm TD Ameritrade had also invested, with participation from investing company DRW Holdings and high-speed trader Virtue Financial. So guys, it's all there. If you can see it, if you can't see it clearly, I don't know what you're looking at. If we're just going off the facts are the money is about to be in the market. Millions and millions of dollars. Whether that's the institutional money with, over-the-counter trades, especially in the XRP market, have been really ramping up. There's been, millions of dollars. A lot of the over-the-counter trades are, from like Bitrex, Binance, etc. But a lot of them are actual institutions that are putting their money in the market. So I wanted to go over this article as well. So the world's second largest stock exchange, Nasdaq, has confirmed its plans to launch Bitcoin futures in the first half of 2019. So honestly, I could read more of that article, but it's all the same. It's really all the same. The big money's putting their money in, and if you're a smart person, you're going to put your money with the big money. So if the big boys are doing it, do it too. Sometimes they say, mostly they say don't be a follower, but in a case like this, it would be dumb not to follow. So that's all the news for today. Today is December 8th. So if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like the video, leave a comment down below on what you think all this means. on what you think is going to happen to Ethereum Classic. Do you think it's going to go down? Some people are saying it's going to go down to zero. What do you think? What are your opinions? And when it comes to the big money, I mean, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the institutional money making their play. So this is Crypto King Jay, and I'm out.